What's up, guys? Today we'll be talking about why you should consider buying the Pixel 3a XL here in 2021, 2022. This is definitely a good option to consider if you're in the marketplace for a cheap phone that's under 200 bucks. This is 170 bucks here. So let's jump into the first thing is software. So this phone does run Android 12 and the software experience was very fast. Every time a new version of Android came out, this phone was getting it in a very quick and timely manner. Not only that, but it launched with Android 9, it's on Android 12, and like I said, security patches, it was just really great here. Android 12 has been very good on this phone so far. I've been really impressed with just the overall smoothness of the device, and Google has done a great job with supporting their devices. So if you do want to get a Pixel device, definitely the benefit of having a Pixel device is the smooth stock version of Android. There's really no bloatware anywhere to be found. Everything is set up very simplistic way. You have your Google Now page over here as well, which I think is extremely useful. I wish it was mandatory for all phones to have Google Now. But yeah, so I've been loving the Android 12, the animations, how it automatically adjust to your wallpaper as far as like the color scheme and everything. So very impressive. If you guys want me to do a more in-depth video on Android 12, be sure to let me know. But I'm really impressed with just, you know, the software support that this phone has been getting. Alright, so number two is this display. So there's a few things that I like about the display on here. One, it's an OLED display. It's 6 inches. It's 1080p, 402 for the PPI here. It's a very colorful and bright display, so I really enjoy the display. One thing that you will like about this display is that it has no notch or punch hole. So if you're someone that really hates the notches or the punch holes and you want something without that, then this does have it. Now, it does have a little bit of bezel, as you can see, actually kind of a lot of bezel. But I really like the display size on here. I think 6 inches is definitely a really comfortable size as well. And everything just looks really crisp and clear, very sharp text and icons on here. It's a very high quality display here. Also, another thing that I like is it's an 18:9 aspect ratio here. So when you're watching videos and stuff like that, when you know, crop in stuff, it doesn't cut out a lot of content, which I think is really nice. So it just fits perfectly with a lot of videos. So I think the display on here is actually pretty nice. Alright, so number three would definitely be the overall performance on here. So this phone does have the Snapdragon 670 processor, so it's not really like a strong chip or anything like that. So I wouldn't get this phone thinking that I'm going to do like hardcore gaming or like crazy multitasking or something. It's not that the phone lags, it's just that you just get normal sorts of gaming performance on here. Like I said, the Android 12 update has been really nice. I'm just not experiencing a ton of lag like I was with the Android 9 update. So I think this fixed a lot of those problems with this phone, and it just plays really well as far as gaming, as far as just bouncing in and out of applications, web browsing. For phones that are 170 bucks, I think most people are doing very basic tasks on their phone, you know, Instagram, web browsing, video watching. This phone is able to do it great, and you're also able to play games at, you know, like a medium to low setting. So I really don't have any issues with the power of this phone, especially for 170 bucks. I think it's definitely more than acceptable here. My only sort of thing about these specs with this phone is that it only has 64 gigs of internal storage and 4 gigs of RAM, and Google opted out to not put SD card support in here. So if you download a lot of games and you just download a lot of stuff in general to your phone, you'll run out of space with this phone pretty easily. So just be you know, cautious of that. But yeah, so that is one thing that I noticed, but overall performance is pretty solid. So next would be the features with this phone. So this phone does still retain a headphone jack on here, which is something that I really like. It also does have NFC as well, which is nice. The physical fingerprint scanner on the back works extremely well. I don't have any problem with it. And I'm actually a big fan of like the Pixel design. This is a nice looking phone to me. I know a lot of people hate the Pixel designs. They look generic. It has like a two-tone finish. It has a glossy finish right here with a matte finish. And like I said, the orange power button is always really nice. I just love, you know, I think Google kind of moved away from it with the latest Pixels, like the 6 and the 6 Pro. But I liked it. It kind of made it like a fun little phone here. And also one thing about the hardware is that this phone does have amazing stereo speakers here. Go ahead and let you guys hear. Max volume. So just some very crispy and clear sounding speakers, very good bass separation on here, it doesn't distort. Just some really nice sounding speakers. So I think hardware wise, the only thing it's really missing is like wireless charging and also IP rating, but you know, that's for 170 bucks, you know, you're asking for a bit much, but other than that, yeah, I really do like the hardware on here. Alright, last would be the image quality. So this phone still takes phenomenal photos. It's actually extremely crazy that you can get a phone for 170 bucks that's going to take stills like this. There are like cons to it. So it's got a 12.2 megapixel lens, but that's it. There's no ultra wide, no telephoto. It shoots in 4K 30, and then it's an 8 megapixel selfie. Like I said, these stills on here are phenomenal. It takes some awesome, very well detailed, great dynamic range. Everything just looks super clean on here. Like, it really is very impressive. The depth of field, I do mean like the cameras are really good, and it even performs pretty decent in low light as well. But when I say pictures come out very sharp, no one will know you spent, you spent 170 bucks on this phone, because the images are still top notch, top quality. So I even think this beats some mid-range phones, in my opinion, that's like brand new. That's how nice these cameras are. But like I said, the drawback is that it's just one lens, so there's no ultra wide. But if you can get over that, you are getting an excellent camera here. Alright, so that is pretty much it. Be sure to let me know what you guys think. I didn't talk about battery life, because battery life is just kind of average on this phone. It's not really anything too impressive. It's like maybe like 5 hours of screen on time. It's not super impressive. But yeah, so what do you guys think of the Pixel 3a XL? Be sure to let me know, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.